Guess what? Do you know the Nigerian movie industry and the Nigerian music industry have not collaborated for a long time? Well, we're about to find out today. Welcome to the show. My name is Somi, and today we have a very interesting topic that I want us to talk about. This is something out of the box, extraordinary, and not like our usual. But before we unpack, don't forget, let's like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this video. Now, let's unpack. Nigeria has the two largest entertainment gold mines in Africa. I mean the music and the movies. We have the range, we have the sound, we have the story, but no collaboration. What's going on? Is there an inside beef, or is there like something going on that we don't know? We're about to find out, because there are a lot of reasons. I mean, when we have actors such as Nancy Sime, Bimbo Ademoye, RMD, Shola Shubowale, and we have musical giants such as Burna Boy, Ira Star, Tems, and we've not had a Nollywood blockbuster and an original soundtrack maybe by any of our favorite artists. That means there is a problem. Now, one of the reasons why we are having the non-collaboration issue is, one, creative mismatch. Imagine Biodun Steven or Bolanle Austin Peters wants to, release like an emotional story, a psychological story, something like Tyler Perry's Straw. But the artist of the season is somebody like Portable. You can see that there's a mismatch. Or somebody like Sheyi Vibes. You cannot use Sheyi Vibes for an emotional story. So when directors and producers start having creative mismatch with this musician, obviously there can be no collaboration. So that's one of the factors. Moving on, we also have no long-term goals. Yes, we know Black Panther gathered a lot of views and recognition and even awards, but the artists such as Burna Boy, even Tems, even Rihanna had a role to play. There were original soundtracks, there were beautiful music produced by these people, and that's what led to like the global recognition of Black Panther. Even Beyonce also wrote a soundtrack for Lion King. But let's be honest, do you remember any Nollywood movie with any soundtrack? No. Because there's no long-term exchange, there's no long-term goal. Imagine if Shantytown had like a soundtrack written by Odumodu Black. I'm sure the soundtrack is going to stick in our brains. Or Kunle Afolayan's and Nikulapo had somebody like Brimo or Asha on the soundtrack. It's going to stick to our brain. So creative directors and musicians need to work together, need to have like a long-term goal. Because the same way we are pushing music should be the same way we are pushing our movies. We need the recognition, and we need the recognition that we deserve. Another issue that the industry is having is no structure, just vibes. Hollywood have musicians, they have licensing contractors, they have composers, they have musical directors. Some Hollywood blockbuster movies even go as far as even shooting their OSTs before shooting the movie. That's to show that there's a structure, there's a dedicated pipeline. But in Nollywood, it's just like there's no structure. It's just like, oh, maybe a director needs like a soundtrack. I'm like, oh, we cannot afford it, or I know somebody that can do it. And these are the issues. They think the viewers are not noticing it, but we do. And that needs to change. Another issue we also have is budget. Imagine a producer is literally trying to pay his actors, and then you now want him to, license them to release like a soundtrack, or Burna Boy or Ashake, and these artists cost billions of naira. Where is the director that is literally trying to pay his actors going to find that amount of money to pay musicians to license a soundtrack? So budget issues are one of the things that affect Nollywood and the music industry collaboration. And lastly, we have licensing lawsuits, because the music industry is very complicated. It's not like overseas where it's really easy for like collaboration and everybody's hands are on deck. We have crazy lawsuits between musicians and labels. So it's going to be really crazy if there's like a lawsuit between a director and a musician, and anybody can, just come up with, oh, I produced this music, I did this. No director wants to, have to go through the whole lawsuit wahala just because of a chorus. But these things needs to change. There needs to be a shift. There needs to be, something different. If Shantytown had like really visible and strong vocals and strong soundtracks rather, I feel like Shantytown will still be ringing in our heads. Although some individuals have tried to make personal, advancement and growth of both industries. I mean, we have Fowls in Kwam's Money, Jennifer's Diary, Chief Daddy. We also have Reminisce in Kings of Boys, in Shantytown. We have the one and only Banky W. He also played like some musical roles. Rather, he wrote a soundtrack for The Wedding Party. Tiwa Savage's Water and Gary, where she acted, she literally also wrote like an EP for the movie. But these are not enough. These are just individual pieces. We need some industry moving pieces. So that brings us to the end of the show. I hope that we've been able to, talk about the things that needs to be worked. And let me know the Nigerian artists that you want to see collaborate with, the Nigerian movie industry. So you can tag your favorite Nigerian artists or directors or actors that you would like to see produce a blockbuster Nigerian movie, because we have the potential. Thank you, and don't forget again to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video for more content like this.